Welcome to the wonderful world of dodgy movies and TV. I am your host, movie and TV Mistress. This week, I felt like I needed to play a game, so I decided to play Dungeons and Dragons. Oh wait, no I didn't. I played Mazes and Monsters. Yes, not Dungeons and Dragons, that doesn't exist. Why would Dungeons and Dragons exist? That's not a thing. No, it's definitely called Mazes and Monsters. Sure. Yes. There is no uni. No. There is Tom Hanks in his very first feature film, apparently.
Tom Hanks and his friends get caught up in a deadly game of fantasy.
I am the maze controller.
Until they take it too far.
I propose we play mazes and monsters in a real setting. It won't be a fantasy.
Too bad for one of them, because now there's no turning back.
This is only a game.
I know I killed somebody.
Mazes and Monsters.
Saturday at 3 on ZTV, Fox 17.
So, Barnabas, do you have any words on Mazes and Monsters, i.e. Dungeons and Dragons? Hello? Hello? Barnabas, are you in there?
I was just resting in your cleavage. It was very nice.
Anyway, thanks for that, I guess. So, Mazes and Monsters is based on a book that was based on supposedly true events that happened back in the 70s. So, apparently people were terrified of kids that played Dungeons and Dragons because they figured that this kid that went missing and then killed himself, not at the same time, he didn't go missing and then kill himself. He went missing, they found him, and then about a year later he killed himself. Apparently that's because he played Dungeons and Dragons.
Did he walk behind the corn?
No. Definitely not behind the corn. No.
Oh, different franchise then.
Yes, this is a different movie now. Wake up, pay attention. So, Tom Hanks plays this lovely character. Now, you don't know from the start who is going to be what, and you don't quite understand how it's going to happen, but if you are aware of this story, you know that somebody is going to basically kill themselves. Okay. Now, my first thought when I started watching it was the first guy that you get introduced to because, well, 1, he's a nerd, 2, he's a loner, 3, his mum keeps redecorating his room in ways that do not appeal to him, and did I say he's a loner? Right. Okay. Then we meet a girl, and then we meet another guy, and they're the best friends, and they're not actually loners, but they hang out and they play Mazes and Monsters, okay? I'll just call it that because that's what the film's called, but it's Dungeons and Dragons, but they just didn't want to, copyright, whatever. So they play. Fine. They need a fourth player, because you need, whatever.
Great, let's go. We've got to find a fourth player.
Right, someone who doesn't flunk out or freak out.
Not like last year.
So they need another player. In walks new guy at the college, Tom Hanks.
I am. I just transferred over from Tufts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before they threw me out, actually. I didn't go to class very much, and that's not the best thing for my marks.
Why didn't you go to class?
Well, I was into some extracurricular activities. I played a game called Mazes and Monsters a little too much.
You're kidding. What level?
Ninth level.
So am I.
Oh.
Isn't it wonderful to be finally creating your own scenarios?
Yeah, and your own fantasies, too. I'm really gonna miss it.
No, you're not. We have been looking desperately for a fourth player. This is wonderful. Just Daniel, I want you to meet Daniel. Daniel, meet Robbie.
Well.
He's level 9.
Hey, you gonna play with us?
Well, no, I can't. My folks.
Hey, we're not fanatics.
Well, how often do you play?
A couple times a week.
No, I really have to crack the
JJ,
hooks.
JJ,
Really?
come
No,
here,
seriously.
We're
I
on
mean,
level 9.
Level 9? You didn't tell me that. Oh, well, sign him up.
no, I can't. This semester I have to.
No,
really
you
start.
can.
Look, please just try one campaign with us.
Yeah.
Really, good guys. Thanks.
Come on,
no,
Robbie.
and if you don't like it, if it's too much, you can always quit.
Well, if you're gonna be there, I guess I'll have to give it a shot.
That should have been my first clue that Tom Hanks was the guy who was going to kill himself, but no. Also, nobody kills himself in this film. Even though that's the original story and that's what supposedly happened in the, real life. What happens is they decide they're a bit bored with their usual board game version of Mazes and Monsters.
I see what you did there. Board games? Bored with board games?
Yes. So they decide to dress up and do a live action roleplay game instead.
But it's not Dungeons and Dragons.
No, it's Mazes and Monsters.
Of course.
Because copyright. So, they go find some random, drainage cave thing that's kind of creepy to do their ooh thing. And wouldn't you know it, Tom Hanks' character has some post-traumatic stress or something involving his brother who ran away and never came back. And now he's in character as the character he's playing in his game and does not want to have any more relationship with his girlfriend because he needs to be chased to find the Great Hall, which is his brother's name, by the way. His brother's name is Hall. Anyway, he goes missing. They think he's dead, but he turns up, and he stabs someone. And then, he ends up in a mental... He doesn't end up in a mental hospital, but he might as well have, because he's stuck at his parents, still believing he is the character he created for the game.
Robbie. Oh, you look terrific.
Yeah, you really do.
Freelick! Aren't you dead? Didn't you die when you leaped into the pit?
Hey, come on, Robbie, stop fooling around.
It is you, Freelick. You have been restored to the living. Whoever did that is a great holy man. A greater holy man even than I. Oh, Glacia. Nimble, too. Perhaps you are preparing for yet another quest?
Oh, Robbie.
Glacia, has someone placed a spell of forgetfulness on you? I am Pardieu, the holy
Robbie.
man. I've had many strange encounters since last we met. A great dragon, a Gorville. This is a good place to stay. Warm, very clean, and food is good and plentiful. Oh, Friedrich, I have something you may be interested. I have an eternally renewing coin. Every night, I give it to my innkeeper's wife to pay for my lodging, and every morning when I awake, it is in my pouch again. Well, shall we not begin the quest?
Robbie.
This lake is enchanted, and beyond there you see the great forest. Now, the innkeeper and his wife fear the forest, and they warn me to stay away. I feel there must be some evil force dwelling within it. If we could vanquish that evil, the innkeepers and his wife could live happily and in peace. Do you know of this forest?
Yes. I am the maze controller. There is a...
Kingdom of the Evil Verations, ruled by the wicked Ak-Oga. Within this forest lies terrible danger, but also a wondrous treasure. Shall ye enter?
Aye.
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 Follow me, I know the way.
This movie is disturbing, it's insulting, and, well, just plain stupid. Tom Hanks is always charming and great to watch. There are some really good young actors in it who went on to be quite famous later on, and it's very well made visually. They have some elements of Dungeons and Dragons and live action roleplay, which is kind of accurate, but really you need more than 4 players if you're going to do live action roleplay. That's why they have these big events where there's a whole load of people that get together and they do the whole live action roleplay. It's a bit like the Americans in those Civil War reenactments. It's like that, live action roleplay. But it's a sweet film. But it really is insulting to Dungeons and Dragons players saying, hey, Dungeons and Dragons makes you crazy. No, it doesn't. That's like saying that actors, because they play a certain character, suddenly go crazy. Not that I've ever believed that any actors went crazy after they played a role. No. Not that I ever heard a rumour that some famous horror icon went home in his makeup and killed his wife and believed it because my brother told me. That never happened. Oh wait, no it did. My brother told me that and I told everyone and they all believed me. It's not true.
Did you know I was a movie star?
Were you now, Barnabas?
Yes.
When did you turn up in a movie?
Jason and the Argonauts. And third skeleton from the left.
Oh, we have a celebrity in our midst.
Yes!
Now, which version of Jason and the Argonauts? The original or the 90s one?
I don't truck with remakes.
Okay. Were you in Evil Dead Army of Darkness as a skeleton?
That's for me to know and you to dwell upon.
Would you watch Mazes and Monsters?
Oh, yes.
One other thing I want to point out before I go. This is the poster that it was originally released with. And this is the poster that you will now find it on streaming services, which makes me laugh, because that is a picture of Tom Hanks from one of those Demons and Angel films that he did. I know that they do this. I know they go back and they relaunch the poster to advertise it as, hey, this person stars in it. The original artwork kind of worked for me, but I felt like, you know what, I would have rather had a movie based on the cartoon series Dungeons and Dragons with a little uni going, because I loved that show. This film insulted me and my knowledge of Dungeons and Dragons. So, is it worth a watch? It's interesting. It kept my attention. But it's not really it shouldn't have been placed as this is what happens when you play Dungeons and Dragons or do live action roleplay. This is about mental illness. This is a movie about a guy who has a hidden mental illness and loses it and ends up in his own fantasy world. Calling it Mazes and Monsters and trying to say that Dungeons and Dragons is evil, which was what they were doing back in the 70s and early 80s. They were claiming it was an evil game. How dare they? It's about Satanism. No, it's not. That's like claiming the Harry Potter's about Satanism. Though I'm sure some people probably do think that. Anyway, thank you for watching. What do you want to say?
I ain't got nobody. I ain't got nobody.
Okay, thank you for the little song number. That's very nice. I like your little hand movements. Yeah, that's good. So, thank you for watching. Tune again next week or whenever I decide to upload this. Yeah. Remember, hit the subscribe button, and when you hit that, hit the notification bell, because it will notify you when I upload. And if you please, comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. You can also comment on my Facebook page, Instagram, on my blog site. All links are in the description below.
Do it! You know you want to.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
It's
See you
okay.
next week. Bye-bye now.